Imagine stepping into the home of one of Hollywood's most iconic stars. You'd expect something glamorous, right? Maybe grand decor, elegant furnishings, and a sense of luxury. But when it comes to Whoopi Goldberg, things are far from what you might expect. Her home, unlike many other celebrity homes, has raised eyebrows and sparked a lot of debate. Some people think it's repulsive, while others may call it quirky and unique. But what's the real story behind Whoopi Goldberg's home, and why does it draw such strong reactions? Stick around and watch till the end, because we're going to take you inside and show you exactly why Whoopi's home is one of the most talked about celebrity properties. Whoopi Goldberg is a household name, known for her incredible talent as an actress, comedian, and talk show host. She's had a long and successful career, but when it comes to her home, it's clear that she doesn't follow the usual Hollywood script. While many stars spend millions of dollars on designer homes, with every luxury amenity, Whoopi has always marched to the beat of her own drum, and that includes her personal space. Her home has a reputation for being unusual, unpolished, and to some, even off-putting. But is it really repulsive, or is there more to the story? Let's dive into what makes Whoopi's home stand out and why it has such a polarizing effect. First, let's talk about the overall style of Whoopi Goldberg's home. It's not the kind of place you'd expect from a major Hollywood celebrity. There's no grand chandelier or over-the-top expensive furniture. Instead, Whoopi's house is known for being relatively simple, even a bit messy, and full of items that reflect her personality. It's clear that she's not interested in keeping up with the polished, perfect image that many celebrities project. Whoopi's home is an extension of who she is, raw, real, and unfiltered. While some people might view this as repulsive, it's actually a refreshing reminder that not everyone in Hollywood is trying to live up to a perfect image. One of the things that has shocked people about Whoopi's home is the way it's decorated. Instead of having rooms that look like they've been carefully curated by interior designers, Whoopi's home has an eclectic mix of items, artwork, and furniture. It's not uncommon to see mismatched pieces or items that appear to be a little worn. In fact, Whoopi herself has mentioned in interviews that she's never been one to care about following trends or having the perfect home. She's much more focused on comfort and what makes her feel at ease. This can be surprising for fans who are used to seeing celebrities living in perfectly staged homes with designer everything. But Whoopi's place feels different, like it's meant to be lived in, not just looked at. One of the most controversial features of Whoopi's home is the amount of clutter. Many visitors have pointed out how much stuff is packed into her space, which some have called repulsive. There are books, art pieces, souvenirs, and random items all over the place, making it feel less like a showpiece and more like a lived-in home. It's as if Whoopi doesn't care about keeping things neat and tidy in the way you might expect a celebrity to do. And while some people might find the clutter unappealing, it's a reminder that Whoopi is a real person, not a character playing the role of the perfect celebrity. For her, the mess seems to reflect her creative mind and her free-spirited nature. After all, not everyone wants to live in a sterile, cookie-cutter house. There's also the issue of her personal space and privacy. Whoopi's home is not a place where she puts on airs for the public. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The home is simple and doesn't have any lavish touches. Some people think this simplicity is off-putting, especially considering her fame. They expect more glitz and glamour from a celebrity of her stature. However, Whoopi has always been open about not wanting to be tied down by expectations or materialism. She's made it clear that she values comfort and authenticity over luxury. This is where her home really reflects her personality, raw and honest, not trying to impress anyone, but simply existing as it is. But Whoopi's home doesn't just look unusual, it has a strong, personal vibe. It's clear that she's made it a space that's very much her own, with photos, mementos, and objects that reflect her interests and beliefs. Some people might see it as messy or repulsive, but it's important to remember that a home is a place where someone should feel safe and comfortable. Whoopi doesn't have to impress anyone with how clean or fancy her home is. It's a place that tells the story of her life, her career, and the things she cares about. In that sense, the home becomes a kind of reflection of the woman herself, someone who is unapologetically herself without caring about conforming to society's standards. Another thing that has drawn attention is the fact that Whoopi's home is a space where she entertains her closest friends and family. Even though her house may not be the most polished or pristine, it's a welcoming space for those who are lucky enough to be invited in. Whoopi has often said that she loves having people over and sharing her space with those she loves. It's not about showing off, it's about connecting with others and creating lasting memories. In this way, Whoopi's home is more about function than form. It's a place where laughter, conversation, and warmth fill the air, even if the decor isn't quite what you might expect from a celebrity of her caliber. There's no denying that Whoopi Goldberg's home is a topic that sparks strong opinions. Some may call it repulsive, while others might see it as a reflection of her authenticity and individuality. It's far from the pristine, perfect homes that many other stars showcase. Instead, it's a space that represents Whoopi's refusal to conform to Hollywood's expectations. She doesn't need to live in a perfect, polished house to feel at home. She's content with her space, cluttered and imperfect as it may be, because it's real, just like her. So, if you've been curious about Whoopi Goldberg's home, now you know why it's become such a talking point. Her home isn't meant to impress anyone. It's meant to reflect who she is as a person. It's messy, eclectic, and full of personality. It's a space where Whoopi can be herself without worrying about what others think. And in a world that often pressures people to conform, that kind of authenticity is something truly valuable. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more.